taco.
Web video has grown up. Distinguish yourself with professional custom video for your business. Get started at johnlothianproductions.com. Tell us about Ambata Capital Partners.
Ambata is is headquartered in the U.S., but primarily businesses in Africa and the Middle East, and deals with financial advisory services, primarily in the clean tech sector. And then we do a fair amount of advisory work for U.S. companies who are looking to enter the Middle East with their products. And typically, again, it's almost totally clean tech sorts of things. So water, waste, power, and a lot of focus on energy efficient building materials, for example.
What are the technologies you see addressing issues in the Middle East?
Energy efficient building materials, for example, the reason there's such a focus there is that it's something like 80% of all the energy consumption in the Middle East is for air conditioning. So to the extent that you have more insulation, that you have more effective materials for windows and things of that sort. We have a client, for example, that makes a reflecting glass that changes with the intensity of the light. So it can go from 90% dark to as bright as possible. There's also a lot of combining technologies going on where, for example, in Saudi, where they want to use solar power for power for desalination, for example, because even though it's costly relative to some other items, when you start looking at the opportunity cost or the loss of revenues by using your own oil, then you've got a major issue to deal with. And it's actually more cost effective for them to sell the oil to third parties and generate these alternative energy sources.
What are the prospects for Masdar, the sustainable city in Abu Dhabi?
It's been a very interesting experiment, I would say, and with some successes and probably some surprises that maybe weren't anticipated initially. It's a free zone and it has some of the characteristics to attract businesses. So foreign companies, for example, can own 100% of the business in the free zone where they can't outside, which is quite common in the Middle East. So it has some very positive things. They've spent a lot of money and I think done a very good job in developing the university. They've got a joint venture, I think it's with MIT, to do research and to educate Middle Eastern and local students in the technical side of clean energy and clean tech. It's supposed to be 100% sustainable.
How will the Middle East drive energy diversity going forward?
They're investing heavily in research for alternative energy, and in most cases, again, Abu Dhabi I know best. I worked in Kuwait before, and I know it pretty well. The reserves that they have now at current production levels will last for 100 years, but they will run out. There's also a recognition of cost factor, and that other parts of the world are looking at alternatives. Now being back in the U.S., I see there's huge focus on natural gas. There's actually an oversupply of natural gas now, and huge reserves now with the shale projects coming up. And so I think they're quite committed to diversifying their economies, participating with global companies in developing business in the region. And I think this all comes together pretty much at this time, and is the right approach that they're taking.